Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're doing this glowy, bronzy type of glam, trying a bunch of new products. Let's get started. Welcome back to another video. I'm in my pajamas today because that is just the mood. If you're also in pajamas or sweats, give this video a thumbs up and we'll have like a pajama party and get ready together. So first let's talk about some skin things. There's two new launches I have here from Kopari. First is this Sun Shield Body Glow. This is a SPF for the body. I thought this was oil at first, but it's actually a gel, which I think is really nice because I personally don't like being very oily. I feel like it just gets all over your clothes, but it does have like this very pretty golden glow. So we'll see with this one, but I do have their mineral formula that they made for the face that we're going to try on today. And this is their antioxidant face shield mineral SPF 30, and this has non-nano zinc oxide in it. And it does come with a pump. It is 1.5 fluid ounces. It's pretty liquidy, as you can tell, which is kind of a good sign for a mineral sunscreen. Ooh, the smell is very interesting. Let me apply it and then we'll talk about that. I really like the finish and the application. It was like very thin, gave me a nice glow, and we'll see how it works under makeup. The smell is like a little bit plasticky and a little bit like mildewy, which I'm not sure if it's just because it's non-fragrance, which is honestly, I'd rather have it smell like this than have it be heavily fragranced, because it is like, I don't really smell it on my face. I'm only smelling it on my hands, but it like, I hope that doesn't mean it's like moldy or something. I don't know. It just like has a very specific like damp, mildewy smell. Does not sound good at all. It's really not, but you know, it looks good on the face. Very odd. I guess while that is sinking in, we'll do some lip prep. I have a new Fit Glow Beauty 3-in-1 lip scrubbing mask that I wanted to try out, and it comes with this little tool. I'm guessing this is to scoop it, and then I think this is just to like massage your lips with it, or I don't know. Someone tell me. Anyway, this looks so pretty. It makes me hungry. Like, I kind of want to eat this. And it smells like all of their other like lip products, like sort of a vanilla-y scent. So I'm just gonna scoop out a little bit. Oh no. Are you supposed to rub it in with the metal ball thing? I don't think so. That worked nicely. It did its job. So I'm gonna throw on some lip balm here. I'm guessing this little metal ball is like to massage your lips. It actually feels really nice. Ooh, I like this. You could probably use this under your eyes too. But yeah, kind of random, but it's fun. So the sunscreen smell has like totally dissipated. I don't smell it at all anymore, but it might be a little shocking if you were to buy this and like try it on and be like, why does it smell like that? This next product I'm not going to use, but I wanted to share a mini review. This is the Denesamyrix Yummy Skin Glow Serum. So they came out with the Yummy collection, and this was one of the products, which is basically just a glow serum that you're supposed to use under makeup. I wasn't like super excited for this, to be honest. So they have this lighter shade, and then they have a deeper one. This is what it looks like. It's basically just like a serum. I don't feel like the glow is really there at all, especially after it sinks in. Like, it doesn't do much for me, and the reason I'm not going to be using this is it's heavily fragranced. The foundation is as well, but this one I feel like is even more fragranced. I just don't love a lot of fragrance in my skincare, and it doesn't really do much for me either. So out of the collection, I would say pass on this, especially for sensitive fragrances. It just doesn't do much. There is one new primer that I wanted to try though. This is new to me. I don't think it's new in general, but the Crunchy Smart Primer. This just says that it creates a smooth, even canvas. Never tried this out, so let's give it a go. It kind of just has this lotion-y consistency. Ooh, it is pretty thick. That's interesting. Feels nice and hydrating. Definitely a more hydrating primer if you have drier skin. Skin does feel a little bit smoother. We'll see once we pop our foundation on. So for my foundation, I did want to share with you the Yummy Skin, again from Denesamyrix Serum Foundation. This is the shade 4N. Now this really surprised me because when I think of serum foundation, all the other serum foundations I own are pretty medium to light coverage, but this has coverage. Like, Denesamyrix foundations are just always so full coverage. So it has this like squeeze tip applicator. These are also refillable, which is cool. So I'm just gonna do a little bit on my hand there. And then I wanted to try this new tool as well. This is from Alley-oop. It's the Multitasker 4-in-1 Makeup Brush. I think this is also the brand that made that like eyeliner thing that had like a bunch of different little push-up things that were like the, you know, pens you had when you were younger that had all the different colors. If you know what I'm talking about, you know. But this is their multi-use brush. So you get a sponge, you get an angled brush, there's a flat brush, and then like an angled eye brush, all in the same brush. Brush. So I did already wet this sponge and it's actually really soft, so we're gonna try to use this today. I will say though, it doesn't seem like this is like refillable, which doesn't really make sense to me because you do like need to replace your sponge. You kind of can't keep using it and using it like you can with a brush. I don't know, I think it would be cool if they made replacements for this. Maybe they do, but it just doesn't look like it to me. So as I mentioned, this foundation does also have a scent. I find this one a little bit more mellow than the serum. And let's try using this sponge. I actually kind of like the idea of having like a sponge brush. Like you get really nice control with it. I mean, yeah, look at this coverage. It's crazy. This one smells like cinnamon. Like it's a very interesting scent. So here's half my face with the Yummy Skin foundation. I think the shade match is pretty good for me. I have been using this quite a lot and it's just so like delicious on the skin. Like I kind of get the name Yummy Skin. It's very like sumptuous and hydrating, but it's not really serumy in like a liquidy sense. I feel like it's more of like this, it has some body to it, which usually I prefer with foundations. I think they kind of sit over texture a little bit nicer. The wear on it is really nice. I will say my con is it can feel a little bit heavy, especially if you apply too much of it. But overall, I do think it's like a really pretty foundation. Let's cover up these acne scars over here. I'm actually really liking this like weird little sponge thing. It's kind of fun. It feels like I'm painting. And if you've ever tried the Danessa Myricks Vision Cream Cover, this is not as crazy as that one. That one's like super full coverage. This is like a good solid medium to full. If you shear it out, you could definitely get like a more medium coverage. I actually kind of really like the scent of this. It's like vanilla and cinnamon. Like I always wish things would be unscented, but I don't feel like this fragrance irritates my skin as much as the serum one did. You know, I guess you have to try it to find out. Or if you know you react to all fragrances, just avoid it completely. But like just look how like dewy and plump my skin looks. I just love the coverage of this and the finish. Another cool thing about this sponge is because it's smaller, I feel like I'm getting into like smaller areas of my face a lot better. This would be really cool for the under eyes, which of course we will try that. But I'm pretty happy with this coverage. So let's move on. Before we do concealer, I want to use some cream bronzer. Again, this is not new, but I haven't used it in a while, so I wanted to pull it out. Westman Atelier, this is the lit up highlight stick, but it's the shade Brulee, which is a bronze, so it's more of like a bronzer for me. It is pretty warm, so I'm gonna be careful with this. Why did I just like whistle out of my teeth? That was weird. Yeah, I'm kind of just doing this as like a base for my bronzer. And I'm just gonna go ahead and blend that out with this same sponge. I do like the idea of this brush for travel and stuff like that, but I don't feel like it has everything I need. Like I would still need a fluffy brush for my crease, but it has almost everything. You know, it definitely cuts down on the amount of brushes. I'm just gonna grab my Pixi under eye corrector, the peach one, just to prep my under eyes for concealer. And I always just use my finger for this. Alrighty, for concealer, I'm gonna take my Jouer Essential Full Coverage Concealer. This is the shade Lace, and just dabbing a little bit of that under my eyes. And then this dries pretty quickly, so I'm going right in again with the same sponge. The more I use this little sponge, like why don't they make more sponges on sticks? It's so nice because you don't have to touch like the wet sponge. It just feels nicer. Now that the skin is nice and juicy, we gotta set it. So I'm gonna try this new crunchy powder, the translucent finishing powder, which is literally just a pure silica powder. These are very drying usually for the under eyes, but let me try it out and just go light-handed. This might be a mistake, but we'll see. It's a journey. Before I do that, I always like to smooth any fine lines or creases that are on my face. Now taking a little bit of that powder and setting my under eyes. And I always bring my powder like right into this nook of my nose too. So silica powders are very mattifying, but I think because our whole skin has a lot of moisture in it, it's kind of working. If you use that with a matte foundation, it might be a little bit too much. On this side, I do actually have a dry patch under my eye, and I feel like it accentuated that quite a bit. So if you have dry skin, I might skip that powder altogether. But for the rest of my face, let's go in with this number 7 Lift and Illuminate Triple Action Finishing Powder. This is supposed to be a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury setting powder. Personally, I don't really like this powder so far. It's just a little bit thick and cakey. I don't know why I'm still gonna use it, but I just wanted to try it again with different foundations. So I'm just going to use a big brush. I especially don't like this for the under eyes. I feel like on the face it could be decent. I'm not hating it, but I don't really love it either. If you have a pimple like this that will just not be covered by foundation, I already put some of this on, but powder foundation, sometimes you just need like a finer texture that doesn't slip off of the blemish to really cover it. I always use powder foundations if I have like stubborn blemishes. You can even use like a smaller brush so it doesn't get, you know, as cakey. This is just the pure foundation. Let's get into the rest of this face. I'm gonna use my Chantecaille Real Bronze in the lighter shade, and I'm gonna try it with the other end of this multi-use brush. It is a very soft brush, and I just like stippling on my bronzer. If you have textured skin, I highly recommend trying this like stippling motion with your powder products. It just helps a lot because any sort of motion can sometimes disturb like the flat evenness that foundation creates and then like show texture. For a little more sculpting, I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury Bronze and Glow. Just really like the shade of this like taupey bronzer. It's definitely not like a contour, but just adds more definition. For blush, I have a couple new products. I have the Play Beauty. This is their, I think just called their blush. It comes in recyclable packaging, which is cool. They have several different recyclable and detachable packaging. It comes in a couple different shades, but this is just like a cool baby pink one. Do a little swatch. It's actually very bright. Ba-bam. I also got these from Bare Minerals. So the bronzers from Bare Minerals, which are their blush bronzers, are now a permanent part of the Bare Minerals collection, so you can still get them. And they sent me all of the shades, which I already have this Kiss of Pink one, which I know I like, and then we have Kiss of Copper and Kiss of Rose. So I will swatch. So this is Kiss of Copper and this is Kiss of Rose. The rose one's really pretty, but probably a little bit dark for me. I feel like with the copper one too, I'd have to go very, very light. That's why I think the Kiss of Pink is still my favorite. It's just the most subtle. I actually want to try the Kiss of Rose because I really like the undertone, but we're going to go very light-handed using this same brush because I want to see how far I can go with just this one brush. So I'm going to dab it in once, but then make sure that it's sort of dusted off on my hand before I apply it. It's a good trick if you have fair skin like me, and blushes can just be like a lot sometimes. Yes, that is a lot of blush. I'm gonna add a pop of the Play Beauty one to try to brighten it up a little bit, the tops of my cheekbones. Oh yeah, that's pretty. I feel like that helped it pull together a little bit more. It's kind of serving like I got punched in the face in a cute way. I'm not sure if I'd really use that shade again. It's just like a little bit deep for me. But if you have like medium to deeper skin, I think those shades would be really pretty. For highlight, I have some products from Kaleidos, which is a super cool brand. And I have Star Surfer and Solar Sailor, kind of tongue twisters. They come in this like cool metal packaging. So this one is your classic gold. Look at that highlight, it's so pretty. And then the Star Surfer one is pink. These are like true super highlighty highlights. I'm actually gonna mix these two because I don't feel like gold is that flattering on me on its own. I usually go towards pink, but I kind of want to mix them and just see what happens. Ooh, that's so pretty. I haven't used highlighters like this in so long. What I love about these is like they give you like that glass highlight look. Like it doesn't look like shimmer on your skin, which is I think kind of a hard formula to get right. But with this fan brush, ooh, like these. Just gonna spray myself down with a setting mist and then we'll move on. For brows, I have the new Make Beauty Blade line. Make Beauty has been such a cool new brand. They started with skincare and now they're releasing some like makeup goodies. And this reminds me a lot of the Kosas Brow Pop. It's a very similar triangular tip shape, and this is the shade Cool Taupe, which is really nice. I do find this one a little bit softer than the Kosas one, which can be like a little bit crumbly if you push too hard. And of course you just get your spoolie on the other side. But I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows. I probably won't show this on camera. Maybe a little bit, it just takes forever. And I personally don't like doing my brows that much. Let me know in the comments below if you like doing your brows or if you don't. It's just one part of my makeup routine I feel like I would just want to skip. Like if my brows just always looked good, that would be cool, you know? It's not that exciting. But okay, can we talk about this highlight? I keep looking at it in the viewfinder and I'm like, damn, I need sunglasses. Brows are semi done. We will finish them a little bit later. But let's get started on the eyes. I have a lot of fun new stuff for the eyes. So this is another product from Play Beauty. They have a bunch of these really cool palettes. And I want to do a very bronzy look today. I know, kind of typical, but just in the mood for that. And this one has some tip. If you own these, do not hold them up. They will break. Anyway, they have some really pretty colors and shimmers in here, so let's dive in. I'm just gonna start with this neutral, it's almost like a beigey pink. Pretty warm though. I'm gonna start building this on the outer half of my eye. This is a Luxie 205 tapered blending. Oh, I'm supposed to be using this brush, but it doesn't have a blending brush, so you know, whatever. And then I'm gonna take this deeper reddish brown on a smaller brush and define the crease just a little bit. These are really nice like shadow formulas. They're blending beautifully and they are true matte. There's not like shimmer in them or anything. I've been capital I uninspired lately. Wait, that would be capital U. I've been capital U uninspired. That doesn't sound as nice. Anyway, I've been uninspired lately, so if you have any video ideas you want to see, definitely let me know below. It would help me out a lot. It would just be fun to know what you want to see me make videos of. All right, she's blended out and now I'm going in with this middle shade, which is a bit more orangey. And I'm pretty much doing the same placement here. I just took those same couple shades and just worked it on the very outer corner of my lower lash line. I want to make this like a little bit more mustardy, so I'm going in with my Makeup by Mario Master Mattes in this deep mustard brown here. One of my favorite shades, and building up the outer V just to tone it down a bit. I think this shade helps to give a little bit more depth too. And then just to blend these inner corners, I'm taking the lighter version of that mustard brown here and just dragging it in. I don't want to do anything too dark because I don't want my eyes to seem closer together than they already are, but I do like having a nice like shade to blend everything together with. Now for the lids, I have a couple options. I have these new Hard Candy Eye Def metallic eyeshadows I really wanted to try because I tried their eyeliners recently and they were really good. So we have Sunswept, which is more of a pink. I probably won't use this one. We have Champagne, which is gold, maybe a little bit too orangey than what I wanted to go for. And then we have this red shade. I think we'll use this one. Seems to match the best. This one's Champagne. Pretty dark champagne color. I don't know what kind of champagne they're drinking. Not that I'm drinking any, but. All right, let's swatch this puppy. These are so pigmented and pretty. Hard Candy. Have I been sleeping on them? They're somehow like amazing. Anyway, I'm gonna use this on the outer half of my lid, actually probably most of my lid, but I'm going to leave the inner corner blank. Look how pretty this is. See if I can blend it with my finger. Usually I feel like these types of products don't work with a brush most of the time. It just picks up too much product. Even my finger's picking up a little bit. So I'm trying to layer up on this side and it is getting a tiny bit patchy. I would not recommend using your fingers. I would just try to use this on its own and get it as even as possible. That's what I did over here. And then I'm gonna let that dry and then try to do another layer. Like it did layer pretty well. Just have to be kind of careful. I mean, but the shade is so pretty. It's exactly what I wanted. And here's the swatch on my hand that's now dry. She's not budging or flaking. It's really cool. While that's setting, I do this really weird thing with my brows where I put a tinted light powder over them to make them lighter, because I feel like I like lighter brows and mostly all brow pencils for blondes are just like too dark. So anyway, I take a tinted powder. This is just a Maybelline Fit Me one. It's whatever one I already owned in Fair because it's very light. Take a fluffy brush and then I literally just set my eyebrows, which also helps them stay longer. You can also just do this on the inner corner if you wanted more of like a ombre effect. And I would really only suggest this if you have blonde eyebrows, or else it's probably gonna look way too like ashy, but it works for me. And then I'll just let that bake and then I brush it off before I set my brows. That eyeshadow is so pretty. I can't stop looking at it. I would say don't use a brush, don't use your fingers, literally just use the wand to build it up, because I didn't really have any issues once I started to do it that way. Maybe use your fingers for the edges, but I love the like super shininess of it. Like it looks very reflective, which I love. Nothing I hate more than like a dull bronze. So for liner, I have another product from Play Beauty. They have a bunch of new liners, and this one's the shade Beach Bunny. These are super duper creamy liners, and this one's just a basic sort of deep brown. I think I'm gonna try smudging this on the lash line. I'm not sure if it'll work with this shadow. I'm gonna try doing a little bit of this on my lower lash line actually. I'm smudging the tiny bit on the outer corner. I'm actually just blending this with my fingers just to create a little bit of a shadow, but nothing too crazy. Really pretty. And then for my lash line, I'm gonna use my NYX Epic Wear liner in gold plated. Can you tell? I love this. It's just so good. Ooh, I almost forgot, but for my inner corner, I'm actually gonna use the same gold highlight we used for my face on a tiny little brush. And I'm gonna sweep this on the inner corner. Oh yeah, that hits the spot. So pretty. I love using highlighter on my eyes. It's just such an easy multi-way use of a product. I don't think that sentence made any sense, but you know what I'm saying. For liquid liner, I have the Dragon Beauty Dragon Wing liquid liner. Never tried anything from Dragon Beauty, so let's see how this holds up. It is a brush tip. I love brush tips, and it's black. Pretty basic. It's not super duper black. Let's see how it applies. I think I'm gonna do a little baby wing. By baby wing, it'll probably be like a regular wing. I'll try my best. I definitely jinxed myself because this one turned out big and this one now has to match it. I did what I had to do. I'm gonna blend that out with just a little bit of black, and let me use the pointed one in this little Maltese brush. My camera just went very blue. Hopefully it returns to normal. For brows, I have another new product from the Make Beauty Brow Collection. This is the Brow Gel in Clear. They have a tinted version too, which is not my favorite. I just don't love tinted brow gels in general. And that one just picked up too much product. I also feel like this one does, so I really have to like scrape off the excess of it. But it is a really nice brow gel. I don't know if it's like better than my $5 NYX one, but it does the job. It's definitely a very, very wet formula. Yeah, it kind of just gets everywhere no matter what. Maybe if you do your brows before makeup, this would be a good option, but I think out of everything, I like the brow pencil the best. I'm gonna curl my lashes and do mascara off camera, and then we'll be back to finish up with our lip. For the lips, I also have a couple options, one of them being these Play Beauty Lip Habits, which are tinted lip balms. They're both pretty bright though. So we have this pink one, which is called Strawberry Jam right there. And then we have this other pink one called Summer Watermelon. Put it more of like a corally magenta. Would this be too much or just enough? I don't know. Ooh, they smell so good. That one smells like watermelon. Does the strawberry one smell like strawberry? I feel like they are scented to each shade. Or maybe I'm just smelling watermelon. It smells good. And then we also have some glosses from them. We'll probably top those off. And then the other lipstick option is this Kaleidos tin. First off, how pretty is it? You get 4 different, these are matte liquid lipsticks. Let me pull them out for you. So here are the shades. We have this like warmer rosy shade. We have a purpley shade. This like deep red brown, and then more of like a warmer, not warmer, like more purpley brown. That's tough. Which one should we do? Like my gut is telling me that one because I always do shades like that. Maybe we'll try this one that I just swatched. Let's try this one. That's gonna be too warm. I just know it. I just know it. I'm actually gonna do this top shade. This like, it is still warm, but a little bit deeper. I'm gonna line my lips with this e.l.f. liner. It's from the Retro Paradise line. Probably don't make it anymore, but it seemed like a good shade match. And then let's try out this lipstick. It has a very slippery, like silicone type of feel. I actually love this shade. I feel like it looks really good with the warmth of the eyes. I'm feeling it, guys. What shade is this? This one is Sienna. I think you get these separately or as the set, but I applied pretty evenly. They feel weightless. Do you wonder if topping with a gloss would ruin it or make it? I feel like I have to because we have these new glosses. So I'm gonna try the Play Beauty Lost and Found. It's a funny shade name. Nowhere else to swatch, so you're getting a weird finger swatch. It's a sheer pink with like pink and purple reflect in it, and these smell really good too. Very fruity. Ooh, this is a vibe. Here is our completed look and ensemble. I really love how this turned out. I love bronze tones. It's no surprise, but I had a lot of fun trying all these new products. A lot of good things in this little try on. So many that I really look forward to using again. The highlighters, the eyeshadow, the lip product. I really do enjoy the Danessa Myricks foundation. It could just be a little bit heavy. That is my one con with it, but it's super beautiful. And yeah, this turns out really well. So I hope you all enjoyed watching. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and give this video a thumbs up if you did like it at any point, or if you were wearing sweats or pajamas at any point, give it a thumbs up. But thanks for tuning in, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.